Awakens for today. And you're tuning into the Black Hot Fire Radio. And you're listening, yes, massive, wagwan. Andrew Robinson, your Jamaican brother, they are. Reaching out to all the massive on the African continent. And you're tuning into the African English Show with your host, none other than Joey. From Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. Andrew Robinson, and all respected blessings. Big up,
your body too bad, you know. I just can't get enough. I might have lost love. You give me more than enough. Give me more than enough. Talk of the year to my baby, banana. It's a holiday for my baby, oh, banana. No one today, you're right to do this. No one today, put down, make her wrong you, yeah. But what's it, they can't pay la vida, loca. I just expect my to your body too bad, you know. Your body. I just can't get enough. They want to know. I might have lost love. I might have lost love. You give me more than enough. Give me more than enough. I put your love on top, oh. That's all I do. Take over my world, oh. Give me to you. Oh, shady, oh, my baby, shady, oh. See me, shady, oh, my baby, shady, oh. Oh, what's it, they can't pay la vida, loca. I just expect my DJ, loca. Oh, what's it, they can't pay la vida, loca. I just expect my DJ, loca. My baby, you back.
Yes, good afternoon, family. Karibuni sana. 4 minutes past the top of the hour, right here in the 254. Welcome to the Black Hot Fire Network radio station, media of the 21st century. My name is Joby, in case you're here for the first time. To everyone who's live with us on both the YouTube channels and also on Twitter, on Rumble Live, also on the show page, and on our radio station and TikTok. Karibuni sana. Good afternoon from my end. Good morning, wherever you're listening to us. If you are in abroad or rather in diaspora, hope you have yourself a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday ahead of you. Where today I'm bringing you the conversation where we shall be discussing about why the African identity is so important to the African people, because we keep on talking about the indoctrination of African people, where we need to be self-aware. I was watching a certain a video just to get off whatever I'm discussing a little bit. I was watching a certain video of this lady who turned herself from being a socialite right now to a whole religious Muslim influencer, or whatever you want to term it. And I was just like going through the comments, and one of the comments also pinned there is, you need to find yourself, you know. And I feel like African people are so lost, you know, trying to figure out different ways, especially religious wise. I keep on talking about how I feel like the African people are so confused, because just because you have problems today, you feel like Jesus is not working, let me go to Allah. After you pray without putting in action, you feel like, hey, Allah is not working, let me go to the Indian God. And that is not working, you come back again, you're like, hey, maybe I can also become my own God. You know, I feel like African people need to find themselves, and that is what we shall be discussing about here. Self-identity of an African person, and why African identity is so important to the African people. We see the skin bleaching, how it has taken effect in so many African countries right now. To be specific, Nigeria, Kenya, DRC, Congo, and so many other African countries that should actually label, where we've seen the skin bleaching taking effect. And this is because of the self-hate that has always been pushed to the African people themselves, and they have received it, and they have failed to understand who they really are. So I'll be sharing a video coming from Edith Kimani, and we've shared a couple of our videos right here. Also, Iwaton has been sharing a couple of our videos right here. And I'm just so glad to see I tapped into our content that is on the DW, which of course is a controlled media. But again, I love the fact that she's been out there trying to pass and have an open conversation on the streets with the people of Africa from different African countries. This video is coming from Kenya. The last video I shared, which was talking about cultures and traditions, was coming from Uganda, which we saw, of course, different people from Uganda. They were trying to break down the cultures and traditions that they are used to, and some of the things they feel they're not normal and should be changed, that we should keep on adapting into. So I'll be sharing that particular video over there coming from DW Kimani, as she talks about where we have different people like Bien. Bien is a Sauti Soul artist from here, the 254, and is one of the people. If you try to look at the Sauti Soul, the group, they're a group that have been pushing, especially love for melanin color, like just love yourself. There's a song of them called Melanin, and they just majority of their song is pushing for the African culture, maintaining that Africanness, knowing yourself as an African person, giving yourself love to the fullest, how you really want. So that is our conversation for today. What we shall be focusing on, we shall also shift a little bit before that about the US, which is supposed to hand over the last base to Niger. And of course, we saw that Niger has been pushing for the withdrawal of the US military in their country. We had the first batch, like they always do, which left the country a few months ago. And now we have the last group, which is supposed to be leaving, I think, by the end of the day. But we have Mr. Blackwood in the building. Karibu Sana. I hope you're doing amazing today.
Sunday, Sana, Joby. How you doing today?
I'm feeling like a schoolgirl. That's how I'm doing.
You got your glasses looking like some kind of goddamn school teacher to me.
Yeah, no, I look like a schoolgirl, not a school teacher. Oh my God. Difference. Not the difference. But anyway, Karibu Sana. Shout out to Hendrik the Best. Says Bien Bila Sauti Soul Sio Msanii. Okay, I don't know about that. Sauti Soul as a group has actually been very successful. So I won't speak anything negative about the group. If you listen to Sauti Soul from the songs za Kitambo, they're really uplifting. Personally, I do remember the album of The Midnight Train really was an uplifting album for me. I was really in a very tough position at that time, but every time I could wake up, just put my phone on as I do my house chores, as I do the chores, it kept me believing on how I deserve the greatness in life. And that is what melanin color, also what we shall be discussing about right here. How intuited or how connected you are, how alike you are with the creator, and how you have the ability of bringing everything to life. And that is something that we fail even to have. I wish we learned this in our system of schools instead of the CRE, that is Christian religion education. That is
Of
called
course,
CRE.
of course you do. The white man brought you that Christian shit, which is a
Mm-hmm,
lie.
mm-hmm,
He destroyed your stuff. Your stuff is all true, proved by science. This shit is all fake, unproven by science. But you said, now your shit is called witchcraft because he told you that his shit is fake. Yours was
mm-hmm,
real. Yours is
mm-hmm.
proven by nature and science.
Period.
Proven.
Mm-hmm,
Proven.
mm-hmm. And they still this is why we see them even trying to ban apps like TikTok, because of so much information coming from that app. People are digging down articles to know about their identity. The other time I was reading how when we're talking about the kingdoms that they went down breaking, and the struggle of also those kingdoms. We saw that back, I think that is in Egypt, we were talking about it, Keith or Mali, where they burnt the books so that they can hide all the information, because it was all connected to African people. They burnt the
Yeah,
books.
that. Yeah, they brought that. Well, they did it both. They did it in Mali and in Egypt way before. In Alexander, they burned down a library twice,
Mm-hmm.
and then in Timbuktu in Mali, they would burn the books, try and destroy the books, everything, because all knowledge goes back to African people.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is way before you. You can see these religions you worship. That your ears, these religions are new. They can't be from God. They're brand new. They're not even ancient. They're new. So what happened to people that didn't believe in these group of religions? Did they all go to your fake hell? The religions didn't even exist. So these other
Exactly.
religions got to be a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Religion. So all that information would link you back. Africans were never. They didn't have religion. They had spirituality, which was nothing but science. How do things really work, Joby? How,
Yes.
how, how, how does nature work? How does the universe work? What is my relationship to the universe?
Mm-hmm.
So it was named spirituality, but it's really science. The Africans wanted to know, because they wouldn't know. We're not a warlike people. How do things really work, Joby? What's our what's our relationship with the environment we find ourselves in? What are
Exactly.
so that's what we study. That's what we learn. So that's why we term colleges universities, because it was the studying of everything. The term university comes from Africa. It come from Europe. We took
Mm-hmm.
the college university to them. They didn't have any universities in fucking Europe. So we took the term university because we was studying the universe. How does it work, Joby? How do things work? What is our relationship to the universe, to the creator? You know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly. Those are some things that we should have from the word go in education. Like I feel like from the grade four, because we know from grade one to three, if I'm using the right terms, because I don't know what you guys how the classes do go. But for us, class one to class three, that should be enough for you to catch up with the vocabulary, the all that. But when you
you
enter
should,
class four, which should be grade four, if I'm not wrong, you are supposed to now start learning about connecting about the
you
net
should,
connecting with nature, being taught
you, sh-
about your surrounding, like you're saying,
you, you should, you
the
should understand your
importance of
minerals. You should,
color.
yeah, you should understand your minerals, who you are, minerals underneath how valuable Africa is. But remember, that's an Afrocentric education. You're going to have to fight for that. You're in an
Exactly.
African country and you don't got African-centric education. So you don't have control of your education. You got to get rid of the European lies. Everything they
Exactly.
do is lies. Everything they teach you is a damn lie. So you
And
have to go back. Go ahead, Joby.
yeah, that's why I was so happy when, as much as we have an Afrocentric school right here in the 254, the first question I asked is, and understanding right now, who's funding these projects? Because we know anything that's going to benefit African people, the white man is going to be against it, especially in a country that they
Of
still
course.
run and rule, like
Sure.
Kenya.
Exactly.
So the Afrocentric school that we have in Kenya is a good start to see that we have that
It,
type of
it is
mentality.
it is a good start.
But it's who is funding this, and we can't continue if you want to bring awareness to the people. We can't continue with tribalism, which is Kikuyu type of languages, Luo, and all that. It has to be Swahili, and I said personally, for English should be because of tourism or tourist attraction, or
Of course.
you know
Of course.
those who are going to come and invest in the country and can't understand Swahili. That's the purpose why we should push also with English. But having the fact that we have Kikuyu, we have Luo, that sounds like Nigeria type of an Afrocentric school there. That they wanted to set with different
Funny
languages.
part.
How am I supposed to communicate to you if I come to the market, you're talking Kikuyu? You don't even
The
know
funny
Swahili.
the funny part about that. See, funny part about that. Even Nigeria doesn't have a unifying language like a Swahili, except for the
Mm-hmm.
English that they were forced to do. They don't even have a general language in Nigeria that they all can share. And
Mm-hmm.
then you're right, and because even with their protests, there's still some tribal shit going on in that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Igbo say they can't be a part of it. The Yoruba saying they're coming after Tinubu because he's a Yoruba man. I'm like, my God, you morons! Jesus Christ! You can never get your shit together. This
Mm-hmm.
tribal shit ain't about your tribes. About Nigeria doesn't work for no tribe. They're
Exactly.
not coming at his ass because he's a fucking Yoruba man. They're coming at him because he's fucked up. Even the last leader was Tinubu. Buhari, because he was Hausa. He was just as corrupt as Tinubu. It makes no
Mm-hmm.
difference the tribe they came from.
Mm-hmm. So let me
So
share
you
this
are
video here. But before I start, the quote I have along with this conversation is: the capacity to learn is a gift, the ability to learn is a skill, and the willingness to learn is a choice. So we have the capacity to learn, which is a gift, and I hope everyone can tap into that gift. Personally, I've been trying to read whenever I can. Right now, I'm reading a book called Understanding the Human Psychology, and I've been just understanding a lot, a whole lot. But the ability to learn is also a skill. So you need to have the ability to learn. If you don't have the ability to learn, you need to also have it's a choice you have to make, because
it's a
I
choice.
always love going back.
Everybody has the ability to learn, Joby.
Mhm,
That
mhm,
becomes a choice. I believe white people tell you that you got to be. Everybody has the. You're born with a mind, a
mhm,
brain. So everybody has the ability to learn any and everything. Let's say some kind of deficiencies,
mhm.
but because like we were laughing about, and we was laughing yesterday about the Nigerians going in to burn down the library. And they were going to they were breaking into libraries in northern Nigeria. They were stealing everything but the books. They didn't want the books.
Mhm.
They
Crazy.
stole the computers and chairs, but they left all the books,
It's
which really is the
crazy.
knowledge.
It is the knowledge, because again, like it says, the willingness to learn is a choice. And it takes me back to the first time when I learned about Jesus not being white, how shook I was. I had the choice to run home, I had the choice of never coming back, but I chose to come and understand, because I was already tapped into that road. I was like, let me try and understand much more of this spiritual lessons, and also my identity again as an African person. But let me share this video right here as we get to continue.
Yeah, I was rougher on you, Joe, than I ever was on every time. I was
Yeah,
rougher on you than
man, it was very rough.
I
It
was rougher on you than I ever was on every time.
very rough, because every week, I think
And,
every week has its own lesson. I'm like, God damn, what's more? What is to expect? Every week or every month has its own lesson. Like, or you guys could even you give me a break, because you're like, that's too much trauma for her. Like, you could give me some time. But yeah, it was crazy, and it's beautiful to learn all this at the same time. I'm still disgusted. I was to tell Shmani that story that we were discussing yesterday, but it's
did you
disgusting
tell her?
even saying it. No,
Did you,
it's
did you
even
tell her?
disgusting. It's no. No, it's disgusting even trying to even explain
you
to
tell,
someone how they do it.
I
It's
knew.
so
I,
crazy.
I, I always think that you're able to take it, but I know your African mind is not. Even though you know a lot, you don't. You still can't fathom the way
Hey,
white people really are. And when we
no.
tell you, it just fucks you up. You're like, ah, man.
So I'm gonna give it a brief. Then I see Shmani's reaction. So
Yeah,
yesterday,
tell her.
so I started to Sister Jewel. She made me pull an article
Yeah,
on Google.
I forgot all about it. I knew it was in New Hampshire. I'm in Connecticut. Yeah, but go ahead, Joby. Go ahead. So
Yeah,
just
so Sister Jewel made me Google a lady who was found
hold
guilty.
on, hold on. Let me give you some backdrop first. It was understanding who white people are, Shamani. Even though they smile in your face like every time we believe, they're always plotting against you. So this girl was her roommate, her college roommate, who she didn't think she had no problem with. Go ahead, Joby.
So like let's say the way we're here, you think I have no problem with you, I'm smiling with you and everything,
Exactly.
but I'm really fucking you up. And I mean fucking you up. I'm taking your toothbrush, inciting my coochie, my asshole, my armpits, I take tampons, I put the brush on it. And I don't know, it's just so crazy how she couldn't notice this. That is just also another level of just I don't get how she didn't notice all
I
this.
don't. I don't know if I don't know if she cleaned the toothbrush up and she couldn't smell it. I don't know what she did. I forgot she did it because the girl didn't know. So the girl was brushing her teeth every day with them, with that,
Oh,
with that shit, that coochie, that blood, and she was getting sick. And the girl was laughing. Imagine this girl was getting sick in front of. I mean,
yeah.
deathly sick, about to die. And so the girl was like, I don't feel so good. What's wrong with you? And the white girl said, oh, you're going to be all right. And the white bitch is poisoning your ass.
Imagine. Like I still can't fathom that. I just still can't. Like,
Yep.
is the audacity of mtu kuchukua tu brush yako, putting their coochie comfortably, rubbing on their asshole, and they say it's the places where the sun don't shine.
Don't shine. That's right. so so she didn't realize until she found because the girl said, "No, you'll be all right. Don't go to the hospital." The girl said, "Fuck, I gotta go to the hospital. I'm dying. I'm fucked up. I've never been this sick in my life." And so when they did the sample, they said, they thought they said you got all kind of other bodily fluids, shit,
Mm-hmm.
period blood. And she was, man, she was fucked up in the head. It's like, what? Yeah. You got somebody's period blood and doo doo.
It's disgusting. Very disgusting. Imagine actually almost died because of, yeah. But your roommate is white. But you just can't process the whole thing in your head. But anyway,
And
that's
you
why you
did,
need to understand yourself.
and you did nothing to her, Shamani. You did nothing to her but be black. You did nothing to this girl but be her roommate, be black. You was a friend. You was nice to this girl, but she didn't like you because you was a nigga. You didn't know that. She smiled in your face. You didn't know she had animosity towards you.
It's crazy. Man, let me share this.
So I've heard it
Yeah.
said before, Afropop, Afrofuturism even. It seems that recently there is, I might even go as far as call it an obsession of Africans to attach their identity to the works that they do. And I'm wondering why. Why is African identity so important? Who better to answer this question for me than some young Africans? And one of them
And
actually named his album, very audacious title, Live and Die in Africa. So we're going to start with you, Bien.
The African story is
Yes,
Johnny
so
was
Bien,
short.
yeah, Bien has a song called I think that's Sauti Soul, I Live and Die in Africa. Literally, I wish we were taught this, because if you try to look at that song, whatever it talks about, whatever it preaches about, is the opposite of what Africans do. We are so much focused on running away from the continent. We don't want to live and die here. That is the same thing Iwaton was sharing yesterday on our show, if I'm not wrong. Why people are so
Yeah.
much focused on running away from the African continent. You don't want to invest here, but it's because of the poverty that is
Because of the exactly, because of the poverty and the ignorance, Joby, and you've been scared. You've not been told. Your whole culture hasn't been predicated on fighting. You haven't been known that you can fight. You've been told to shut up, don't speak to power, don't talk, believe in goofy religions. You've been indoctrinated with nonsense. That's why you have been told, no, this you're supposed to fight for what's right, fight for what you're supposed to have, not run, not go across the sea, and then when you get to Europe and find they don't like your ass, you've been told a lie in your educational system. Oh, white people came to help you and civilize you. You're like, what? Are you out your mind? How can a savage civilize you? You're the most civilized people on the planet. African people. African people love everybody, even when they shit on them. You talking about people civilized you. A savage cannot civilize civilized people.
exactly.
Their whole culture is savage. Why they putting your toothbrush in their ass and they coochie juice all up on the shit? That's their nature, whether you like it or not.
It is crazy and
That's
disgusting,
what.
because when
That's
talk
right,
about
and that's why they put your damn breakfast in their butthole and serve it to you.
oh my, imagine, oh my god. So there's oh
That,
my
that's how
god.
that's how we started, Shamani. About white people, like you eat, they die, they put your breakfast food in their butthole
What you
without you
do,
know it, and
you go
then
to a
serve it to
restaurant,
you.
you order food, let's say bread. You don't eat too much sugar. That I'm gonna give the
There you go.
specifications
All right.
video. You don't eat bread with too much sugar. So you ask the waiter, hey, can I get a change because I don't eat too much sugar? The waiter goes and he tells you, okay, first he analamba yung pate yako. He licks that bread. He's not changing, okay? He puts it on his plate and put his ananyamba kwa anayakadi nyuma and then serves you and you come eat it shumani. Imagine. It's real. It's disgusting. Disgusting. Like
Shamani's African mind can't fathom that. He's like, what? That's right. That's right.
it's disgusting.
I was told by us. As told by us. Because for the long
Hold on. So if DW is the source, let's put ourselves on the line here. DW is providing the platform. DW is certainly not African.
no, but this is the African
DW
story
Germany.
told by us.
Listen, lady. You only say that because you got a job. DW is Germany. We know it. So you are a suspect too. So don't talk about he's not African. See, they got me telling the story. They got you telling surface shit, lady. They're not any real African shit. They'll get rid of your ass. If they know we're not airing this, then we're getting rid of you. So don't try to act like we're supposed to be beholden to Germany because they gave your black ass a job. Get your ass out of here. Go ahead, Joby. Go ahead.
We are the ones who are telling you what we are about.
Okay.
So the African story is the story of Africans as told by the people of Africa.
Tetu Shani, another musician, has asked. No. Tetu Shani has asked another question. Who is us? Who is African?
That's my question. Is who is us? Because
Africans.
who? Wait, no, wait. How many generations does it take to be defined as African? Is what I want to know.
That's a very dumb question coming from an African person.
Stupid.
That's a very dumb question I had
He's
from
saying
this.
that. He's saying no. He's saying it because you can tell he one of the people that wanted everybody Africans because he wants to say, well, what about the white man's in Africa? He was born here, motherfucker, because an invader was born here. Don't make them African. Those are invaders. The Europeans still. He wants to give. You already know where his mindset is going. He wants to give everybody the title of African and fuck all that nonsense. Because they don't call you, even though Mosquito can live in Europe right now in England, and they will not call his ass a European. They will not call him an Englishman, just like they don't call goddamn the actor guy Englishman. No, nigga, you black, you African. So what's that guy's name, Joby? We're trying to Idris Elba. He got mad because the Europeans would call him British.
Your battle is black, bro. Stop.
And now in England, they smacking you in the head right now. England, literally, Joby, England is riding right now with you niggas. Touch you in the face, tell you to go back to Africa. They ain't saying, oh, you've been here for 3 generations. They ain't what? They're like, nigga, you ain't British. But I've been here for 3 generations. My mama, my grandmama, and so what? Still ain't British. That's right. That's right.
You can claim to be not British actor. You don't belong here. You don't completely.
Okay, does anyone have an answer to that question? How many generations does it take for you to be defined as African? Assuming that your background
that's a dumbass question, lady. And that's why that's some white shit you want to go through. Because you got Africans that's not even on the continent. They ain't been on for generations. They know they're Africans. The Brazilians know they're Africans. The Jamaicans know they're Africans. The Haitians know they're Africans. They know that. So they were taken for slavery 400 years ago. So that whole question is stupid. I would say, hey, listen, that question is stupid. Because you got Africans that are called Africans in the diaspora who haven't been in Africa for 300 to 400 years, depending on when their families were taken out of Africa for slavery. They know that, just like the Africans that goofy Wody Mai went to over in Suriname. They know they're Africans.
Period.
They ain't been in Africa. They know they got kidnapped fucking 200, 300, 400 years ago, whatever it was. They know they're African, so that whole question right there is fucking stupid.
Yeah, but let's hear the answer from majority.
As the groups are not African. Any answer? Any takers?
It doesn't have to take generations. I think we have people who have lived in Kenya maybe for 10 years right now, and they see themselves as Africans.
But
it's actually how you carry the African pride, how you see yourself, how you respect the culture, how you respect the heritage, and what makes you feel you're African. It doesn't have to be skin color.
It has to be skin color.
You don't have to be skin color. That's your mind's always fucked up. Why people don't respect your culture, stupid? So your mind, that's why you do need an Afrocentric education. Her mind's already fucked up. Who destroyed your culture, dummy? The white people. So the idea of saying it doesn't have to be black people. It can be anybody. It can be African. You're out your fucking mind, moron. They're the ones who got your skin bleaching. They're the ones who destroyed your culture and the pride of you being an African. Stupid.
You will never, as an African person, go to Europe or England, go practice any African cultures. Like we see Indians right now being given the 40 whatever tribe here in Kenya, them hosting these events on the road, being given the permission to walk with those things of theirs, throwing flowers everywhere and making the streets dirty and all that. No African, even you're going to bow down your ass trying to pray to Allah or whoever on the street, you're going to be arrested.
That's what they do. That's what they're doing right now. The damn white people in England say, take your fucking Allah and shove him up your ass and get the fuck out of England. They said they don't want no more of your Allah in Britain. That's what they telling you. We don't want your fucking Allah here. You take him and get the fuck out. So that's how you know your religion. That's how you know your religion is proceeding. They're not scared of your Allah. They're not scared of your Allah. They don't give a fuck about it. They want you and your Allah worshiping ass out of Britain. Go ahead.
Exactly.
Surprised that we have not brought up the issue of skin color yet. So that's interesting.
I don't think it's I just want to build on what she said. I don't think it's enough for you to see yourself as an African. The African people, the community that you're in, has to see you as an African. It has to be a two-way thing.
This is a very philosophical. So to be is to be perceived. To be African is to be perceived.
I can't just insert myself into Africa and feel African. Oh my God, I feel African. No, it has to be. You have the people.
But no, you're African still is your skin color.
You found there. Do they see you as African?
Mm-hmm.
And if they see you as African, then
that's a crazy broad. It doesn't make a difference your skin color. That's why you got the South Africans trying to claim themselves as Africans, and they were there, Afrikaners, which is a lie. You see, that's what I said. When you don't know shit, you talk nonsense. That's how white people rule over your stupid ass. Because you got the South Africans saying that, oh, we're Africans too. You're not no goddamn African. You don't have right to the land. You need to understand this about rights to goddamn resources. Not just you gonna be loving it. Because her ass, I want to love everybody. It don't have to do with the color. Yes, it does, dummy. You don't get to be no African because you say I'm an African. I lived in Kenya. I don't give a fuck if you lived in Kenya 100 years if you're white. Like the South African white people. They lived in South Africa 100 years. They're not no Africans. They're Europeans that invaded that part of Africa. You don't get to be no fucking African because all of a sudden you was there 100 years and you still a European. And when you go back to Europe, they will acknowledge you as a European. And when they see you oppressing black people in South Africa, they call you Europeans. And the other Europeans help you suppress African people. They help your ass, America, Britain. They help you South Africans oppress Africans. So the idea that they see you as an African is a lie. Everybody knows you're not no fucking African. So, this the kind of nutty bitch right here get your whole country taken. Well, white people are Africans too. And that's why they took over all of Kenya, calling themselves an African and not accepting no African culture. They said your culture was backwards and fucked up in witchcraft. That's what they told your stupid ass. You still talking about, well, it doesn't make a difference what color you are. You're dangerous, bitch. Shut the fuck up. You're dangerous. Because you're a moron.
And then you see
Shut up.
As African as well. And then that's when you can start talking about an African identity. It's not an individual feeling. It's not something that you bestow upon yourself. It's the people that bestow it on you.
Okay, so if, for example, my producer / director, Johan, who, by the way, is behind
Johan,
Johan, he feels as African as he wants to be, and you see him.
I told you. I told you. She gonna throw that old German fake white cracker shit up in there. And my producer, Johan, comes to Africa and feels African. I don't give a fuck what he feels. He's not African. I don't get to go to Europe and say I'm European because I feel European. I'm not. I'm not. Genetically, I'm African. Genetically, I'm an African. It's not about what you feel. It's genetics and biology. Go ahead, Joby.
Period. They should ask someone like Nakamura, the France
Yeah,
singer.
they hate her ass. They hate that
Exactly.
broad. They don't see her as French. They say, nigga, you're in France, but hey, you ain't French. Your ass is African. And that's their number one singer in France, and they hate her ass because she's African. They hate this woman. This shit is funny. They hate her. They don't say she's no French woman. They know she's not.
Identity onto him.
No.
I'm just trying to establish the parameters.
No, look. Okay, let's look at the North American continent. Who do we see as people? We call them the Native Americans. We're looking at the people who first arrived on that continent and for generations and generations developed an identity connected to that land, named the land, developed cultures connected to that, developed language that's connected to that continent. I'd say African identity is also connected to history. Who were the first inhabitants of this continent? For how long have they developed a way of life that is connected to the roots and to the animals and to the way that they till the land and all that kind of stuff? For me, honestly, that's really authentic African identity. Of course, there have been other people who have tapped into the conversation. There's Afro-Arabs, right? So there's people who live on the coastline who have
Afro-Arabs,
mingled with Arabs. There's other people who mingled with, we would even say Chinese, whatever,
Yeah.
You see, I think that it becomes dicey there, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sophie, but it seems that we are very sensitive about the ownership of this identity.
And understand, pause it. And when you don't understand your identity, that's how they hijack you. And the Africans have had an identity crisis for the last 500 years because people have came in and destroyed their identity. And this is what this groupie broad's doing. You attach your identity, lady, because that makes who you are. It centers you, it grounds you on this planet. So people can't just come in and give you all fake ass religions and put their identity on you. That's why culturally you gotta know who you are. That's why you got, like I told Irritar, she didn't know that the damn Chinese had a Confucius. I knew it was in Kenya. They got a Confucius goddamn teachers in the college of fucking Nairobi, because that's to put their identity on you. That's about colonization of the mind. You don't know the fuck you are, you're easily colonized. You easily accept anybody's culture and say their culture is better than yours because you have a lack of identity. If your identity is not structured and defined, you don't allow anybody to come in like this. Like said, oh, what about Johan comes in and says he's African? I say, motherfucker, he ain't African. Okay, how long he lived here? He's not. So that bullshit you talking, and you go away with that shit. Go ahead,
Sadly, Africans today identify themselves through how saved they are, how long they have known Jesus Christ. That is the
identity. That means your identity's fucked up. Exactly. That means that culturally, they allow other people to put their own identity on them, so they have no historical identity. They were told their identity was bad and evil, and they've accepted that shit without knowing that you gave culture, language, education to the world. So you, and a lot of them are getting it back, but you, the African, allowed everybody to come in and put their own culture on them, and now you culturally fucked up because you don't know who you are. And now you got people like this goofy broad here. Everybody can be African. You come in, don't make the color. Bitch, are you crazy? You talking about not having an identity at all? Then it means that you are easily goddamn manipulated and dominated. What are you talking about?
It is sad because I was even saying that's why the same times I was listening at the beginning of the show. I was watching a certain lady. I don't even know her. I just bumped into her photo and her trending somewhere that she's transformed from being a whole hoe on Instagram. Now she's a Muslim influencer. And I was just like, bro, what do you mean you're now a Muslim? You're done showing us your ass. You just need to figure out yourself. That's all. Just shifting
to showing your ass, Joby, only take you so far. You can't show your ass all. Being young, you think that's the cool thing to do. Get on there, show your ass, thirst trap. But that only takes you somewhere. It takes you being degraded, not being respected, and no one takes you seriously. So, the same part of her life, she wanted to be taken seriously, and not just as a thirst trapper. She wanted to be taken as a woman with real ideals and thoughts that can be respected. So
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Because she's an African, and I was like, God damn, it's so sad to see how people and generally Africans, how just because we're trying to find ourselves, how we need to keep on shifting from this religion to this belief to this
because
one.
that's all they know. Remember your identity was taken. So you've been given goofy religions by invaders, by white Muslims and white Caucasians. They gave you the Christianity, they gave you the Islam. Both of them came with none of them came with you accept. It's funny, none of the religions came to Africa and the African people accepted them. Let's tell you the real truth. When Islam came to Africa, it was through war and goddamn slavery. It was like I told somebody, they would say, Muhammad or die. They're like, what? What? Who the fuck is Muhammad? Listen here, nigga. Muhammad or die. He said, I died. What do you mean if I don't take this Muhammad guy, I'm gonna die? That's right. Muhammad or die. And so if you didn't take Muhammad, they would kill you or take you into slavery, Joby. White man comes with the fake Jesus. Jesus or die. He gave you Jesus and still took you into slavery. He didn't give a fuck if you worship Jesus or not. He said, because first of all, before he first got there, he said, I'll give you worship Jesus or not. You're going, I'm conquering, taking into slavery. But he couldn't get all Africa because he wasn't strong enough. So when he depleted a lot of Africans and took them everywhere, Suriname, goddamn Colombia, Brazil, America, Jamaica, then he come back and take the whole continent.
This is how I have the story that you're giving, and that is expected now in the Revelation, the end of the world. So this this is what I had. They said when the world comes to an end, that is in the Bible, when the world is going to be coming to an end.
There's no world coming to no end.
I read Revelation so well, and I had people who used to break it down for me. So, oh my God, we were told the only way to go to heaven is now what they did introducing religion. You're going to be forced to say either Jesus, or if not, you're going to go to hell. You're going to die.
So you know told you that shit. You know told you that shit. You know told that shit a moron. Because they didn't know. Revelations was put into the Bible later. It's not even from the Bible. That came from Persia. And there's no such thing as the end of the world. That's made up shit. Understand? The Bible thing that got you worshiping, the Revelation, it's not even part of the Bible. Do this real quick, Joby, real quick. Let's see if Google even admit this real quick. Say, does the book of Revelation come from Persian text? And at that time, that's Iran. At that time, Persia was still African. The African controlled Persia back then when they wrote that goofy Revelation. It had nothing to do. That Revelations came from the religion of Zoroaster. Being a Zoroastrian, not a Christian. Christianity didn't exist. But no such thing as Christianity when they wrote that book, Joby. I mean, when they wrote them chapters. That was a Zoroastrian religion. So ask Google, because they put that, Constantine put that shit into their book later when they was creating the Christianity. So look up, say, does the Revelation text in the Bible come from Persia? See what they say. If they hear that. Say, does the Revelation text from the Bible come from Persia? Because it wasn't part of Christianity. It was a I can't pronounce it right, Zoroastrian religion that Revelation comes from. They just stole the shit and put it into the Bible. Revelation in the world.
Can you spell? Can you spell Persian? Can you spell? Okay, I got it.
Persia.
Yeah, I got it. So this one says the book of Revelation was written sometimes around 96 CE in Asia Minor.
Asia Minor, that's Persia. That's what Persia was called. Asia Minor is Persia, Joe. So it don't come from the Christian. It's not even from the Christian shit. It's Persian, Joby. So most people, when you don't know history, Joby, like the Africans, the Revelation, like I want to use Irritan, but I'm using Irritan. She'll be reading that shit. This is Persia. This is written before Christianity existed. It's not from Christianity, Joby. It's from the Zoroastrian religion. They just stole it and put it in the book.
It is sad. Some people need to change their mentality, their identity. Because I was just coming to work, and I made a joke to my brother when we were coming. We met this woman who was who met this guy. I think the mom to the guy, they're friends. If you understood, yeah. It's like me, yeah. The mom to the guy is a friend to the woman. So I had to ask him, "Hey, I didn't see your mom to church on Sunday. Connie, she doesn't come to church anymore." Then the guy was like, "Nah, my mom has been having emergency issues. She traveled, da 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 da." And I was just for a minute caught up, and I'm like, "Wait." So, because I've seen that a couple of times in Africa, you're gonna be judged a lot if you miss church. You're no longer a perfect Christian because you're not coming to church every day. You no longer participate in the church. So this one I speak about where Africans' self-identity of the majority, apart from those who are waking up right now, is through religion of how perfect of a Christian are you? How much more, like how do you know Christ? That is literally a perfect Christian there. That is what it's given, and that's what we see every single day. Like that's how you need to identify yourself through religion. How perfect, how saved are you? But how can you explain yourself as an African? Do you know your identity as a person? Such kind of questions. Nobody's gonna ask you. You don't even hear pastors themselves even talk about melanin color. The dangers.
You don't know enough history, you've been missing shit. I'm in bad air. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You don't know any.
I lost you.
The shit that you're talking about Christianity, because you're too damn scared and stupid. You don't know where to start. So when I just told you that Persia create Asia Minor, that's what Persia is called, Asia Minor. That's part of the world they call Asia Minor, right? Persia. So most Christians don't know Revelation didn't came from no Christianity. They just stole the text, Joby, and put it. They needed to finish the book with some stupid shit. Okay, this work. Let's throw that shit in there. And when they were creating this groupie religion, so most people don't even know that, Joby. That Revelation really come from Christianity. It's before they created Christianity. It comes from Asia Minor, from Persia. It comes from Persia, Joby. You know about the end of the world and what's going to happen? No, I don't, stupid. Well, you don't know about Jesus and the end of the world? No, I'm gonna laugh in your face, Joe, because I know.
And this is where I won't even finish up this video. This is where I go back to the crisis we had last year in Kenya, and also Zambia or Zimbabwe, one of the two countries. Kenya, remember, we had 600 and something number of people whose body organs were missing, and they died through starvation. In the name of you want to go meet the kingdom of heaven, sell all your assets and belonging, because the kingdom of heaven is waiting for you.
Those are your perfect Christians you're talking about.
Sadly,
those are your perfect Christians. They were perfect.
Exactly, because that's where the self-identity of an African person lacking comes in, because you want to be more perfect of a Christian. You don't even know yourself as an African person. What am I doing? Because we saw many people body organs were missing. So I'm trying to understand, before it got to all this, nobody had a critical thinking of understanding, hey, 2-3 people already have died because of starvation. There is body organs, of course, maybe you might not have seen it happening, but already this number of people dying, and nobody's questioning this in the name of Jesus.
That's why they saying you got a low IQ.
And this one, we also have Africans who are willing to sell away their organs again. If you actually observe so many African countries, it's always like a joke, but if Africans got the opportunity, I feel like we'd have so many organs selling going on around here. You always hear the joke of, you can sell your kidney for this amount, you can do this for this amount. But it's the fact that we miss the the information of you selling your kidney, who is it going to help? How is it beneficial to someone else? What is your melanin color? The fact that this kidney contains your melanin, that is what they're looking for. It is super sad, being honest.
They don't know. They don't know that, Joe. They don't know. They don't know that melanin. They don't know that melanin means that's the chemical key to life. That melanin comes straight from the Creator. Melanin is the chaos. That when you look up in the universe and see that dark color, that's melanin, the Creator of God. Melanin is the creation of everything. They don't know none of that. Even chose white. And you said, if you knew nature, anything that turns white means it's close to death. That's nature. They don't even know nature no more. Everything's been turned upside down, inside out. If you knew nature, anything that turns white, Joby, is close to death.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know that. I act like Jesus is white. I want to be white. Let me get my skin bleaching cream. Because you are a moron. And white people made you that way.
Even more sad, you get born within a group or by a parent who's more indoctrinated more than they can be saved. Because you've seen, I think in Nigeria, also Kenya, some parents who are actually bleaching their children's skin color, like bleaching their children. And I mean bleaching, these people are using, they're buying chemical from the tender age, this child, how delicate they are, they start bleaching them. I think it was in Kenya, right? I think we saw it in Kenya. And the lady was asking, she's like, I want my kids to look like me, I'm like, God damn.
Hard to be born to a moron. Is
being pushed to the child. And if I grow up as a child, I should actually hate you more, because
but I don't know if you should hate them more. You can't really hate your mama for being a moron.
I can. If I can't figure out to fuck me up, I can. I can. If you figure out to really fuck me up and I desire to be melanin,
they ain't know no better. They ain't know no better. They're stupid. Because what? Because they lost their cultural identity, Joby. They were told being black is bad, African is bad, when being black is the best thing on the planet. Your blackness makes you closer to God. Your blackness is your goddamn genius. Your blackness, melanin. That's why they want your goddamn organs. That's why you live longer. That's why you look the best. Put a 60-year-old black woman against a 60-year-old white woman and look who looks the best. You're the key thing of life.
Yeah. Black don't crack.
Yeah. Just put a 30-year-old black woman against a 30-year-old white woman, and you'll see the difference. Like, God damn.
Big gap, a very big gap, very big gap. It is crazy, but I do hope with there's so much information outside there as we get closer to winding up to the African people, especially in the continent. There's so much information outside there. I do understand the fact that we've been given that white love propaganda. Let me call this a propaganda, which we've taken so much because they don't love us. They came with the missionary thing, or they came to educate us, they came to civilize us, they came to indoctrinate us by force.
Exactly.
Like you can hear from the religion, and now they twisted the plot. It's crazy. These people are so wickedly brilliant. Oh my God, how you are so able to change the information from how you introduce religion to now how the world is going to come to an end if you didn't go with this religion. Because I don't know where the people who are intercepting this conversation about revelation from me. I had my dad, I had my stepmom, we had pastors, Keith, we had so many people really knew revelation, what it means, because they read the Bible.
But they don't know any history. They're stupid. They're morons. But is it their fault? Is it their fault they're morons? That's the question. If you're indoctrinated, if you're going to go outside and look outside of it and actually know history, that's why you got to know. That's why it never taught history in Africa. That's why history is so important. Because these white people, they change history. Shout out to Napoleon and told the truth. Napoleon said history is written by the victor and it's a lie agreed upon. Because white people come in and change the history. And it's a lie agreed upon. But real history will fuck up their mystery. because Revelations doesn't come from their Bible. They just put it in there. And Joby Took comes from Asia Minor, Persia. It's written way before Christianity even existed. Has nothing to do with Christianity. It was part of another religion called Zoroastrian. However you pronounce that shit. Because the Africans back then practiced Zoroastrian, which comes from African spirituality. See, those people created Revelation were black people. All of Asia Minor back then was African. These were African kingdoms. Persia was an African kingdom. And they said white people try to change the history and make them white. Those were Africans who created that fucking civilization. From Samaria, Babylon, Persia was all African. All of it. All the way to India. That's why India, the color of indigo is black. It's black. Okay? These other created people, I'm not going to get in that. That's how we lost the Facebook page. But these other people just pop up from nowhere and all of a sudden start invading African spaces. That's all I'm going to say. Because saying that shit, Facebook said, motherfucker, that's enough.
You're violating our rules, you know. We don't want to take us down because TikTok is also listening, you know, right here. We don't want them to strike us. But before you get to wind up, I see Big Cheese in the house. Karibu Sana, and thank you so much for tuning in.
Come on, Big Cheese. You up early today. Come on, Big Cheese.
Hope you had a beautiful night, and thank you for tuning in. He says, Joby, me and Iwaton are getting tired of you and keep talking about good white folks every day. Stay mad. That's what I'm gonna say. Stay mad. But I also see Big Cheese says these people are crazy. That's under the video I was sharing. He also says the lady with the mic is an agent for the European. Yeah, I did.
Of course,
I say that this is coming from DW and understanding that DW is not an African-owned channel. Is also part of these other mainstream medias. The way they promote the poverty porn and all the bad things about African people. She's getting half truth. And that's why I've noticed even most of the street talk she does, when someone wants to get deep into the information, she pulls the mic away and goes to someone else.
She pulls the mic away, exactly. Because Johan has got an earpiece. Johan say, hey, get away from this nigga now. Go to somebody else. Okay. Or we're going to get rid of you. We're going to fire your ass. All right.
Also, Royal Constrictor. Hope you're doing amazing. He agrees with the points you were giving over there. Cassius Williams as well. Karibu, nice to see you. Peace to you too. Hope you're doing amazing this morning. He says Mark Zuckerberg is a SOB. He don't like hearing the truth about his history.
But remember, they always used to take. Facebook never wanted to share any kind of black content at all. Of course, they had shadow banned us for years. But they never took the channel down. They always. I don't even give a shit about Facebook. I don't even want to be on the motherfucker. To tell you the truth, I don't care if we on it or not. I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a fuck about Facebook. Joey, ain't nobody on this shit. No way. It's a dying medium. But because they never took the shit down, you know. Whatever happened on Facebook, I didn't never know because I never looked at the page most of the time. I'm not gonna lie, because they had put us in Facebook jail. Everybody knows about Facebook jail, and we've been shadow banned. You know, how can you go from 5,000 goddamn 6,000 views a damn show now down to 89, 70? But I knew we started going up to 200, 300. I said, oh, so the shadow ban is starting to get fucked up. Then I knew I did that show last week or week before last with Joey. We went a little bit deep into who these people are and just said, hey, the Facebook page ain't working. I thought it was just, sometimes they do that when you got to go put in the password again. I went to that motherfucker was gone. It's up. You can go to it, but you're not, unlike YouTube, they don't take it down. They completely detach it from the page. You see it like stops way, all the relevant shows that we had when it took it down, they take it down all the way from a month. So you can still go to the Black Eye Network radio page. It's there, but it stops like in June 25th or some shit. You cannot access, you can't get on it. It's completely taken down. It's done. So I've other people get their Facebook, but we have been so shadow banned. I figured out they're not gonna never take it down because our numbers are just still stuck at the same 20,000 has been forever. So and I came back and said, damn, they took this motherfucker down because you know what? Now they're getting desperate because information, family. So you're in a new dispensation of energy hitting the planet, and so they're desperate now. I don't give a fuck. We on TV channel. I wonder if I can I'm gonna say of course well Andrew. I'm gonna see if I can get an Amazon stick to Kenya. I'm gonna go through Amazon and send one to Kenya. Put on the TV too. Because we on TV now. Fuck all that. We're on Amazon. We're on Roku. We're on goddamn. I'm ready for Android. I still ain't got no thing from Google ass. The Google TVs that the ones that are in Kenya and the rest of the world over there. So I still know if we on Android yet. So I don't give a shit. I really don't give a fuck about Facebook. I said another one. I'm not gonna pay no time or no attention on shit because it's a fallen ass goddamn. Who's ever on Facebook anyway? But old people. Who on that shit? Nobody on no damn Facebook. Who's on that shit? I wasn't even never on it. I was only on it. I was never on it as a social media to look at anything. I only because we still had the shows on there. But did I ever use the Facebook platform? No. I'm never on that shit. I'm never looking up no videos or nothing on that shit. So when they took it down, I was indifferent. I wasn't even mad. I was like, all right, whatever. I'll make another one, but I don't really give a shit. I'm going to push, hey, go to my Facebook page, follow. I don't even give a shit. Because
anyway, as we wrap it up, yeah, Facebook was taken down. So people like John Mosquito have been very active on Facebook.
Yeah, see, Mosquito's always on there. Yeah, but you can't. We had a few people, but I said enough. I don't know that we did have a Facebook follower. I'm not gonna lie, but since I never gave a shit about it, I don't know who the fuck those people even are. So that's sad.
Yeah, our Facebook fans, that's why sometimes it's nice having the application family. The Blackout Fire Network app will save you a lot of not missing programs, especially if you're logged in.
Exactly. Go to the app. Let me try to tell you. And that's my fault. Maybe I wasn't pushing the app. I got to start pushing the app, push the channels. I'm going to start doing more sales. I'm still waiting for us to have the rest of those. Took me a year to do that shit. The rest of those damn supplements up. I'm going to start having us do regular commercials so we can have, shit up and running. Then I got to get these two. I got to get these two knuckleheads, Sheila and Christine, to start hitting the pavement. They've been having it good. They've been just chilling in the damn back studio, chilling, having it good right now. I got to get them to go out there and sell some damn space. It's going to be hard. I know it because times are rough. Times are rough in Kenya. Times are rough in America. So we just can do the best we can do. That's all.
Yeah.
So,
but as we wrap up,
they're not gonna have Parvin around. Parvin's gonna be gone for 3 months. Next month, Parvin's gonna be gone. She's gonna be home with swollen feet, Joby. We got to go with rubber feet.
We'll need the girls back in the streets. We'll discuss on that as I had asked earlier, and we'll see how things go.
We'll just do the best we can. We got to get. Can Sheila now talk to people? We got to get Sheila to stop being so shy.
We're gonna talk about that, kid. We're gonna talk about that.
All right.
Talk about that. We need a serious meeting on the sales for things to run, and we need a lot of seriousness as well taken in. But shout out to everyone on TikTok as well. I see shout out to you. I can't pronounce your name. Shout out to Dicky. Shout out to KJ Williams, Jibba Jabba as well. Jibba Jabba, hi to you too. He's actually rolling his eyes on me. Yes, I'm wrapping up. You came in late. But I also see KJ Williams says Mark Zuckerberg shadow banned me. I don't even be on Facebook. These damn small hats like us to be stupid and ignorant to their lies. BlackRock and Vanguard.
Exactly. They're like, hey man. Exactly. They do all exactly. You imagine, that's how you know it's so phony. You imagine we been on Twitter putting up content every day and not gain one damn follower. You know that's fucking impossible. We so shadow banned so much, but we know it. That's impossibility. But it's impossible not to have 10, 15 people grow, in 3-4 months doing this shit every goddamn day. That's an impossibility. Then one time we was getting 2,000 and 3,000 people on the show on that bitch. They said, They shut that shit off. Shut it down. So I know it's them. You're not stupid. And look, I always laugh. Even with YouTube, we get views in reverse. I'll just catch myself looking. Say we got 130 views, right? I go back and look at an hour. It's down to 85. How you get views in reverse?
Especially your shows during the weekend, because I'll catch up with the shows during the weekend. Maybe the next morning, I'm like, God damn, 1,000 views. You go check on Monday. Oh my God, close to zero, nothing, and the likes is zero. And at that time, probably when you're like 20 plus raising likes, but you go back watch the video is 0 likes.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Because they're all owned by the same people, family. Whenever we go, they're always out. They know the Black Hat Fire name, so already every social media is affected from it now. I know that. I'm not a moron. I know that. Because
anyway, as we wrap up, KJ Williams is saying Facebook is with Instagram and Meta. Actually, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp too is owned by Meta, because recently Nigeria, WhatsApp said they're going to ban WhatsApp in Nigeria because of data protection. So all these applications, they're all owned by the same people. If it's not you owning the app, running your platform, I'm sorry, but they're going to rule you and control you how they want. They're going to censor your information. They're going to censor details, everything you're saying. So we know what time.
They're going to rule. They're going to rule over. That's why we're self-rule. We own all of it. So we got to use it. We can't go off. We can't get advertising based on social media. We gotta let people know, listen, we own our own thing. So you're gonna be on TVs. That's the only reason I'm waiting to not put the girls out there yet. They need that Android TV to come out, because when they go put it out there, people need to know in Kenya that their advertisement will be up on Android streaming TVs all throughout Kenya. So that's the reason why I'm waiting to hold off. It should be up by, I don't know why Android's taking so long, because Roku is almost immediately. And Amazon, we're up on Amazon too. So if you got Amazon TV, a streaming TV, one of them Amazon TV, just go to the streaming apps, type in Black Hat Fire Network, and download the channel. And we're live right there.
Period. But much love, family. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Thank you for tuning in. This has been the Pan-African Bliss Show every Monday to Friday from 12:30 to 1:30. Sometimes a little bit late, but thank you for tuning in. Better late than never, And I'm glad to have this.
I don't know. I thought you was a schoolgirl. If you're a schoolgirl, being late, you might get your ass beat.
But I was always a late comer, so I accept. I was always late. That's cool. I was even telling my brother that just when I was going to. I was always a late comer. I was never punctual. Having a tie like this, oh my God, not me, and never. Why am I having a tie the whole day?
Our job is always getting beat at school.
No, in high school, the good thing, I was privileged because the principal and the deputy
principal and the other guy liked it. Yeah, they were after Joey.
Yeah, I was privileged. I used to come late, knowing you're not gonna beat me. If you beat me, I'm gonna fire you because I have the chance to. We had the chance to fire teachers. We could fire teachers in our school. It was owned by a cracker, so he was brutal, man. He was like, the kids come first before the teachers. But anyway, much love, family. See you guys later on the Black Kings Frequency and later on the Culture Show. Have yourselves a beautiful day. You too, Jibba Jabba, you are late comer. I see.
I might have had those love.